Hey everybody, it's Maggie from Personal Euphoria with today's plank story and some wild hair as well. So maybe that's the backlighting or maybe it's just the curls. So anyway, if you do not want to do plank today, what I would suggest is standing in a little squat position and do some pelvic tilt. So you're gonna tuck the tailbone and stick it out. And then you can do a little hip side to side, and you can even kind of like a belly dancer do a little pelvic circle. So play with any of those moves, but move the hips low back a little. All right, so today's plank story, years ago, Matt and I hiked Mount Hood, and we had little experience winter hiking, so we had hired a guide, and it was me, Matt, the guide, and this 16-year-old kid. And basically they took us out like partway up the mountain and they put us in crampons and we walked around and learned how to use crampons because you do have to walk a little differently, and like if you walk too close and you snag your pants, you fall, you tear your pants. And we practiced being tied in together and harnessed together and kind of walking together because parts of the hike would be like that. And then we had dinner on the mountain. And we go to bed, and we're gonna get up at 2 o'clock to start the hike, which is pretty common because normally for winter hikes, you wanna get to the top of the mountain for sunrise and you're reducing your chance of avalanche risk by hiking when the sun's not out. So I go to bed, and the wind is whipping, and the tent's like, thunk, 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 thunk. It's like, you can see it, you can hear it all night. We get like no sleep, and I'm freezing cold. And I've got everything I've brought with me, including my winter jacket, and I'm in my sleeping bag. When my alarm goes off at 2 a.m., I'm like, why do I do this to myself on vacation? I'm like, I'm exhausted, I'm so cold, and now I have to get out of my sleeping bag and go out into this wind, and I've got nothing else to put on. In fact, I'm basically taking stuff off to go outside. And then I open up the tent, and it's a beautiful crystal clear night sky, and there's just a billion stars, and it looks like I could reach out and touch them. Because I think we're maybe at like, I wanna say 8,000 or 9,000 feet, and it was spectacular. And I just thought, oh, this is why I did it. And my frustration with lack of sleep and my worry about being cold, it just washes away. And I do think that's why you travel, these beautiful spots. Then we have breakfast, we get hiking, and we're on kind of this like ice shelf before we start heading vertically up. And the guide says, all right, if you guys need to pee, here's the spot because we won't be able to pee until we get back here. There's just really no safe spot on the way up or down. And we're all roped and harnessed together. And so the guide, the 16-year-old kid, and Matt, both like, all three of them like rotate away from each other and do what they need to do. I have to unhook from the safety rope, get out of my harness, waddle in my crampons along this ice shelf, and pull my pants down so that everything's exposed to the freezing cold elements. And you know, they're respectful, they're looking away, but I just think there has to be a better way. This is crazy. Like, this is how I have to pee in the wild. And I came home and was venting about it, and a friend told me about a pee style, which is a tool that enables women to pee like a man. But that's a whole nother plank story I have. If you're interested, it probably is already on our YouTube channel, or I'll tell it in the near future. But anyway, have a wonderful day. And as always, keep moving.